Good morning. I'm Andrea Lynn, and this is my Arkansas garden. Last week, you remember that we worked on the seed starting for the radishes, and look at that. Up they are. Nice. I thinned them this morning, so I don't know if you could tell. I thinned them this morning so that they have room to grow, and then I did a lot of other stuff this morning I'd like to show you. And when I turn around here, first I'll go over this garden, this one. Look at this. Look how much these cucumbers are growing. They're starting to get little cucumbers in there, and lots and lots and lots of blooms. The Brussels sprouts are sprouting, putting their little heads on. And I went in and did a lot of seeding. I put in some pak choi. I put in some Genovese basil. I planted more spinach. Over here I planted in between all this spinach that's about spent. Some of it's starting to bolt, and I pulled off what I could yesterday. But look at these. Look at these peas. Going to town. Look at that. They almost made it to the top of the trellis. And the beans, they're at the top of the trellis too. So they should be starting to form beans if they haven't already in there. My bell peppers, sweet peppers, jalapeno peppers are all flowering, and hopefully I'll be seeing some peppers on there soon. Look at this, how much this zucchini squash plant has grown. It is just huge. It's sprawling out there. That and the greens. There's my greens, and there's this lettuce, which is really rocking it out. Look at that lettuce! Wow, it's almost making heads. And that's my old one. I've been harvesting around the edges and letting it keep going, and it's still going good. But look at those collards; they're starting to come on good. That looks great. And my new garden. This was my birthday present from my dear sweet Dave. He built me a new bed, and we put up the trellis. And this is going to, well, it is. I planted this morning. I started the seeds last week, and I planted them this morning. These are the okra, Clemson spineless, right along the rail. And then on the back side is a Cajun Jewel Dwarf version. And then I went in between and planted my sunflowers. Back along the back, I planted seeds of the Autumn Beauty sunflower. And then the next row I did these, they're called short stuff sunflowers. They get 2.5 feet tall. And those came from the Southern Exposure Seed Company. I got radishes, cherry bill. Those came from M.I. Gardner. The okra, Clemson spineless, came from M.I. Gardner. All the sunflowers came from Southern Exposure Seed Company. You see that? I interplanted a lot of spinach in throughout here in the spaces between, because these Brussels sprouts I think are not gonna do very well. I'm hoping to get some Brussels sprouts off of them, but the one on the far end there, I had to top it off because it was bolting. So I don't know if it'll actually form the heads. The second one and the third one are not bolting, so hopefully we get some. And basically, we're just now waiting for everything to come and put on fruit. My Arkansas Traveler, Arkansas Little Leaf, I should say, cucumbers are growing rapidly, along with these cucumbers. I don't know, I think I'm going to be overwhelmed with cucumbers this summer. But look at this, too. Look at the dill. Wow. Really come up since last week, really getting good. Tulsi basil, look at that. Beautiful. My flat leaf parsley. And cilantro, looking good. Spinach still coming. That'll be like 2 more years till it produces anything. But I'm just going to keep them going in this bed. And I may end up just having asparagus in this bed. So that's today's update. I'm probably going to skip a week and come back in 2 weeks because then I might have more to show. We might actually have some vegetables to look at other than a few greens. Because my tomatoes are definitely happy. Look at that. These are the tomatoes I started from seed. That's the pink ox heart on the end. That one's a Bonnie's Best. Look at how thick the main stem is. Wow, look at that. That's amazing. And this is another Bonnie Best that I moved into the place of that one that I killed, basically. This is the only store-bought tomato I have, and it has flowers on it. It's a red beefsteak. Got new growth coming right there, and lots of flowers, so hopefully that'll have some tomatoes soon. This is another pink ox heart. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to tie these up a little better. But look at that, buds like crazy all over it. Look. Come on, get it. There we go. Those buds coming. Pretty excited about that. Pole bean. I never grew pole beans before, so this one's a new one for me. Just gonna have to see what happens here. It's room. Nothing yet, but it's definitely growing like a weed. Uh-oh, I see a lot of ants in there too. Let's see what to do about ants in the garden. Not sure yet. Have to do some research. But I'm very pleased with how well that's growing. Look at that. It's just climbing all the way up. I love the way it wraps itself around. So pretty. Look at that. I love it. I just love my garden. I can see it from in the sunroom, so it's beautiful to look at. Flowers are everywhere in here. So they haven't really bloomed yet, but I've got lots of marigolds in there. Nasturtium right there. All right, that little one's not doing as good. I don't know why. Nasturtium over there. And when those sunflowers come up, that's just going to be gorgeous, I think, along the back there. Everything tall is going to grow on that trellis, and I'll be able to tie it up. So I'm looking forward to putting in some squash down here, too. My plan is, I got a watermelon going there, and I've got yellow or golden summer zucchini and summer zucchini green, which I'm going to plant along the edge here and let them cascade over this plastic so that they can grow here and stay away from the bugs. That's the plan anyway. We'll see what happens. I've had not so good a luck and sort of good luck with growing squash. It's if the vine borers don't get in there, the ones that lay grubs in the main stem, those are the biggest problem in this area. Really big problem. So we'll see what happens. I will just keep starting new ones and putting them out, and eventually something is bound to work. But so far, these two that I bought from the store, these came from, I think they came from our Harps grocery store up the street. Harps is a local mom and pop, small chain. They have like 6 or 8 stores in Arkansas, central Arkansas. Maybe some up towards the northeast by Fayetteville or Benton, not sure. But they carry some nice plants. That one got a little discolored, not sure. Might have been one from, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'll have to check in to see what happened there. But it could be because I put the 7 dust on there to try to keep the vine borers out. If you put it down around the base, sometimes it works to keep them from getting munched. Yeah, so far so good. They look pretty good. No fruit forming there. What's going on here? Anything there? No. All male flowers so far. But I think that's one over there. Look at that. I think we got one. I think we have a candidate. We'll see what happens. It looks a little thick, so that might be one. I'll check back and see. So today is the 18th of May. Last week was the 11th, and when I did my last garden update. And as you can see, everything has really started to take off now that we've gotten some warmer weather. And the rain hasn't hurt either. We had warm rains, which is wonderful for this garden. So the only time I have to water is when I transplant or plant seed. Then I have to just wet it down. But isn't that some nice rich looking soil? That's a mixture of garden soil and compost from the cheap stuff, really. So I did amend it with some azomite and some slow release good vegetable fertilizer. And I also use the fish emulsion once a week to help stimulate growth. So that's it for today. I'll see you in 2 weeks, okay? Just grow them. You can do it. Anybody can do it. If I can do it, you can do it, because I've never been able to grow a garden in the past. I've failed miserably, so this is quite an accomplishment for me, and it can only get better from here, because every year you learn more, you try more things, and some things work, some things don't, but you just keep trying. And I follow a few different garden channels, like Gary at the Rustic Garden, and My Gardener, Roots and Refuge, VW Family Farms, not Simply, what is it called? Oh, I can't remember. Gosh, there's so many, I can't remember them all. But if you just Google up some gardening videos on, well, not Google, but search in YouTube, you'll find several of them with a great number of followers, and that's usually the ones that are the best, as far as I can recommend. So Roots and Refuge is one of my favorites. Jessica and Jeremiah, they are the sweetest people. And then Andrea and Ben at VW Family Farms for all around farming and beekeeping. And Living Traditions Homestead, they're in Missouri, and they do a lot of gardening. And Art and Bree, Justin Rhodes. Those are just some of my favorite channels that I look at their videos almost every day. They put out a video and I watch and learn and learn and learn and learn from my mistakes and learn from their mistakes. They're good people. Give them a try. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And I'm looking forward to doing a Who I Am, Get to Know Me video in the near future. So until then, keep getting your hands dirty. God bless. Bye-bye.